You ask me why I look so neat and why I seem so glad. I've got a little German girl what lives not far from here. She's the idol of mine heart, the only girl I love. But every time I see her, why, she sings this song to me. Op schneidet de schmorren ooier uit leefie, olleefie, lieleefie. Op schneidet de schmorren ooier uit leefie, olleefie, olleefie. Op schneidet de schmorren ooier uit leefie, olleefie, lieleefie. Op schneidet de schmorren ooier uit leefie, olleefie, olleefie. I call on her each Sunday night and sometimes Thursday too. She promised.
Schneider, does your mother know you're outdoor lady?
By golly, if that wasn't the most exciting sporting event that I've ever seen, I don't know what is.
Darling, you said that last year.
Well, that was in June. There we were at Grand Avenue Park. It's our first year as members of the National League of the Professional Baseball Clubs. And right off the bat, we're starting to establish records. Hazlitt and I are right behind home plate. George Bradley is pitching for us against the Hartford Dark Blues. Last batter, Bradley throws. Steve Wright 1, and then Steve Wright 2, and finally Steve Wright 3, thereby establishing the first ever no-hitter in baseball's history.
You may have to help me with this class.
But today, it's the 6th inning. Only this time we're playing against the Chicago White Stockings. Score tied 2-2. Lip Pike is on third base as John Clapp comes to the plate. Here's the first pitch. He hits it right down third base, and it hits Lip Pike right in the chest. He goes down. He doesn't move an inch. You could have heard a pin drop. He's surrounded by the ump and Clapp and Dickie Pierce. Finally, after what seems like an eternity, he stands up and, get this, the umpire waves him home for the score. Well, the White Stockings go crazy. They start running all over the field. They're protesting. They're screaming like banshees at the umpire over the injustice of it all. The ump will not be moved. Then those Applepots surround the hill, screaming more, and then they decide that they will walk off in protest. Well, the ump has no other choice than to award the game to the St. Louis Brown Stockings. Ha ha! I suspect that we're in for a major rivalry between St. Louis and Chicago. Oh, what an afternoon.
And then you best hurry and go change. We don't want to keep the Campbells waiting. We have reservations tonight at Tony Faust Oyster Depot. My understanding is it's the most elegant restaurant in St. Louis. The papers claim that it has the best food and the best atmosphere west of Delmonico's in New York City.
Drat.
You may even see some of your beloved baseball players there. Everyone who is anyone goes to Faust to see and be seen. We're dining tonight with Henry Shaw, and of course you know who he is. Also in our party is Charles Valentine Riley. His office, it's just down the street here. I'm told he is a highly respected entomologist. Do you know what that means?
Can't say as I do.
Bugs. He studies bugs. Do you remember last year the plague that was so terrible where the prairies were just covered with those Rocky Mountain locusts, there were swarms of them everywhere, so that neither person nor crop was safe. And do you know what Mr. Riley's solution was? Eat them! Eat them! I couldn't bear one clinging to my skirt, let alone put one in my mouth. Well, last year, Mr. Riley had a barrel of them shipped to Faust, who relieved them of their wings and legs and fried their bodies in butter. They said they tasted nutty. It was also recommended that you use them in locust soup, baked locusts, locusts and honey. I, for one, am going to be very, very plain and particular when I order off that menu tonight. And I want to sit as far away from Mr. Riley as I can get.
Well, I met quite the character today.
This city seems to be full of them. At the baseball park?
No, at the Planters Hotel. We stopped in for a beer after the game. Well, you'll be most surprised to hear who was in town for a visit. None other than Professor Jeremiah Thomas, author of that best-selling book, The Bartender's Guide, or Bon Vivant's Companion. He once tended bar here. Well, what an impressive gentleman. Long white coat, jewels and gems all over. Even on his mixing tools, he has gems. Well, he mixes a drink for somebody called a Tom Collins, after that old hoax that's going around. And at the same time, while he's mixing these drinks, he's juggling. He's juggling bottles and glasses and mixers and sticks.
Did you get wet?
No. But I did hear some fascinating political gossip.
Yes.
Well, it seems that Jerry's Bar in New York, notice that we're on first name basis now.
George Snyder.
Yes. At Jerry's Bar in New York, he has caricatures by Thomas Nast all on the walls, covering everything, primarily of actors and political people, such as Boss Tweed. Well, last year, Tweed escapes from prison, can't be found. Just last month, he was located trying to enter Spain, but the Spanish authorities recognize him from the caricatures that are in all the papers. He is currently being escorted home.
You want to hear about another character? Yesterday, I accompanied Hugh and Mary to the Varieties to see a production of Fritz, our dear German cousin. Well, we were very fortunate, I'm told, to see a performance because he is so often too inebriated to even make an appearance. Fritz is very popular here, mostly because he was born in St. Louis. But that German character is actually J.K. Emmett, pure Irish, born in the shanties across town. Well, his program indicates that his motto is the best of everything is not too good. But that German character is really just a song and dance man who wears lederhosen and yodels, sometimes in blackface. I hate to say it, but I was extremely entertained. Visiting St. Louis is like touring a P.T. Barnum exhibit. Schneider, does your mother know you're up? You're the lady who. Shall we go down?
Oh, my dear, I've had quite the day. Browns and baseball and brawls and beer and bartenders. Couldn't you just plead a headache or something?
Heavens, no! When we get home, we can rest, but we're in St. Louis. And we've yet to meet all the characters of the night. Schneider, does your mother know you're the lady who